we are back in America after 3 months of living in Europe, and I will unpack the experience over the next few weeks in these videos. But the main thing I want to talk about is the biggest change that I will be implementing because of my experience in Europe, and that is how I schedule my day. You know, in the past, my day used to be I would wake up, I would start working when our office opened, which was 8:30. And I would basically just do whatever was in my emails or whatever people were calling me, texting me, chatting me about, and that dictated my day. There wasn't much structure, there was no thought put into it. Now the routine looks like this. I wake up around 5:30 and it's natural, I don't set an alarm. I do my usual routine in the morning, which is meditation, journaling, reading. After I read, I'm usually inspired to do some creative work from the ideas I got from the book. So I do creative work, then I dive into my tasks and emails. This all happens before about 9 o'clock. So imagine the feeling I'm experiencing at 9 o'clock when I've already accomplished all of this. At 9 o'clock, I leave and I go to the gym. My inbox is paused this entire time. So there's no inbound emails coming in, and that happens until 12 o'clock noon every single day. I also will not be taking any meetings in the morning because I know that I get the best work done before 12 and I don't want any distractions. From 12 to 4, I will schedule meetings only on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If I have enough meetings that we need an overflow day, it'll go into Monday. The reason I do this is because the vibe on Monday and Friday is always different than Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because it's tied into the weekend. Friday obviously is the start of the weekend, and then Monday is the end and the start of the week. So I like to do that because I know myself. There's just a different feeling on Mondays and Fridays. This level of structure, setting boundaries when it comes to emails, I've been doing it all summer, and now I'm going to set that boundary here. It is so much better in terms of getting work accomplished, getting more done in less time, having more creative work. You create space for yourself to actually be able to think and work on your business. And if you're an entrepreneur or you're working in any business, you know that you can get sucked into the day-to-day and not actually spend time working on the business, meaning creating new ideas, new processes, new systems. All of these things are so important for growth, and you can't lose that in the shuffle. So I know myself, and I've studied what works well for me and what doesn't, and now I'm creating a routine and a structure around it. It's super important that I communicate this to all of my employees as well, because they need to understand what's going on so that they're not looking for me during a time when I'm not available. So that's kind of the last part of having a routine like this. I was influenced in a lot of ways by living in Europe for a month, one of which is when it comes to coffee. So I really got used to drinking espresso and not full cups of coffee. I like that it's less liquid, it's easier. I like the concentration of caffeine. So as soon as I left Europe, the first thing I did was buy an espresso machine. So let's get this bad boy set up. Yeah. And there we go.
Let me hear that. I'm from a place where these guys wanna kickball, old school, play out of the back, no pressure. Two evils, I think one lesser. I can't mix business with pleasure.
It is our third day back in the US. I'm already feeling like I'm in the swing of things. I got my routine down. So today I woke up naturally at 4 o'clock, probably because my body's still used to Europe. And I decided to get up and just start my day. The old version of me, if I'd woken up at 4 o'clock, I would have had this internal dialogue with myself. And I would have been like, oh, I should go back to sleep for a couple hours because my body needs it, and then I'm going to feel better throughout the day. But the ironic thing about that is I wind up feeling better when I don't do that and I stay up and then I accomplish a ton of things in the morning. And I think that those are like those little mind games that, at least for me, my mind plays on me. Yeah, maybe later today I'll feel tired possibly in the afternoon if I didn't get enough sleep, although coincidentally I went to bed very early last night. But if I were to go back to sleep at 4 a.m., waking up at 6 or 7, I feel groggy. That happens every time I go back to sleep. So I think it's important to like really zoom out and recognize what makes you truly feel good or not feel good, because then you can optimize yourself every single day. So I woke up at 4. I've got a ton done this morning. I did the usual routine, meditation, journal, dove into some emails. When I have a backlog of emails or tasks that I need to do, it's always really hard to dive into creative or deep work because I have this like weight of all these things I need to do weighing on me. So this morning I worked through them. Anytime I get backed up like this, not only do I work through the emails, but I try to pay attention to, as I'm working through them, is this something I should be doing or should this be given to somebody else? And we just hired 4 new people, so it's a prime time for me to be basically reevaluating what I'm doing. The goal right now within the business is to remove myself from the day-to-day as much as possible and focus on 2 main things. One is leading and helping our sales team, because without sales, you don't have much. And then 2 is just constant business growth and development. So I've got a list of ideas. Anytime I have an idea, I write it down on my phone. I have a process where my assistant is on my note with me and she can see when I make updates with new business ideas, and then she adds it to a board on monday.com, which is a platform that we use, and that's how I keep it all organized. I can prioritize it, I can add notes to it, files to it, whatever it is. So anyway, that's what we got going on right now. I'm gonna read a little bit more this morning. It is beautiful here in Longport, New Jersey. The sun is coming up, as you can see, and I just feel so good right now. So we're gonna ride it out and get into the day. If you are a watch lover, today I need to go get my watch resized. For some reason it doesn't fit my wrist anymore, so I'll show you what that is. We'll go to the jewelry store. I actually bought my first Rolex ever at the store that we're about to go to, so we'll bring you with us and see what else the day has in store. So we are about to run into the store where I actually bought my first Rolex ever. I will find a picture and pop it up here. I loved this watch, and since then I'm now on my 3rd watch. I got rid of the 2 Rolexes that I had, and now I have an AP 15400 ST. It served me well. I wear it a lot. It's pretty scratched up, but I love this watch. I wear it all the time. But for whatever reason, the bracelet has gotten very tight on me. Maybe all this working out, my wrist is getting thicker, who knows? But regardless, I need to go in here and I'm hoping that they can put a link in for me.
Like I told you it's like, then I told you I'm right. Bag for the night or a bag overnight. You know me, I'm nice, but I'll save you the lecture. Disagree to agree, so I'm blessed. Like, oh, that's Stella. Better child when I come link Bella. Grazie mille, Milan, ciao Bella. Yeah, can't describe what it's like on my life, not kids. Heard you full-time, yeah, but you part-time lidge. I ain't proud of the things that I've done for a flip.
This sounds great. You know, the way that my brain works is I can like understand what you're saying, but if you have an example, and it doesn't have to be right now, where you can show me a simple automation that you've created and like show me how it actually works. Like if I don't understand how something works, it doesn't click for me. That would be really helpful for me, because then I can understand, you know, I don't need to know the details of how you're going to do all of this, but at least I can get a little bit of a baseline. That would be really helpful. For a project like ours, let's say we decided to you know, sign an agreement together. Do you have to bring on more team members to do this? Like who will be actually creating this and doing the work? So today was a super crazy day. I woke up at 5:15. I did my whole morning routine and I paused my email inbox right at the beginning of the day so no emails could come through. I went about my day. I went to the gym. I started my meetings at 12 o'clock, and at 4:30 I ended. I still hadn't looked at an email because nothing came through yet. My inbox was still paused. At 5 o'clock, I unpaused my inbox. 150 emails rolled in. What happened after that is so key, and it is perspective. My inbox was paused, so all these emails flowed in, and as I went through them, half of the emails that I would have answered got answered by someone else simply because I just didn't get to it. So an email might have come through at 10 o'clock in the morning with a question, but somebody else was CC'd on it. And then 4, 5, 6 hours later, it wound up getting answered through a bunch of back and forths, and then I didn't do anything. So this is super key, because you wouldn't even think about the fact that that exists until you take a full day of an inbox pause and you realize that maybe you don't need to respond to as many emails as you thought you did. So for me, this has been super key to help remove myself from the business. It gives me new perspective on what's actually going on in my inbox. A lot of people, probably most people, use their email inbox as like a to-do list. It's like what they feel it needs to get done in a day. But that shouldn't be. You should have goals you want to get done in a day, and then the inbox is just communications that come through, but you need to know how to attack those. So anyway, it was super interesting to gain this perspective today. I'm just going through and reading them and clearing them. I don't have to do anything anymore. So it's super nice. The other thing is, when I do get to an email that requires me to do something, I make note of if this is something that I could delegate to somebody else. So the goal is to not have to do many emails at all, because there's other things I should be focusing on as a leader of the company. So I wanted to share this with you, but it's been a crazy day. I had some amazing meetings and just really, really energized about everything that's going on. This week we fly to Miami to find a new apartment. Of course, I'm going to vlog it all for you. Next week I'll be in Philadelphia at our factory, and that's when I've got all of my new employees coming in. I'm flying in one of them from California, one's coming in from Minnesota, and two of them are local. And I'm going to spend the whole week with them. We're going to do some dinners, really just get everybody trained up and a part of our, work family. And then we'll be back up in New Jersey for a little bit. Then we go to New York for a weekend for another business trip. I'm going to meet with a prospect that I'm working on right now. Then we go back to Miami, and the journey just continues. The travel never stops. So you're coming along with me. I'm just giving you an update here. And that's really it for now. I'm going to keep getting through these emails and then enjoy some time with Martina tonight.
Don't do tris. I'm KB9, low fade 2 ticks. Yeah, cool. I could put you in touch
I
with
just had
someone
to
you could buy
write a
from,
very
but I
difficult
can't even
email
buy
to a
it.
current decent sized customer of ours, because an item we've been supplying them for basically this whole year, for a variety of reasons, supply chain reasons, we just can't continue with it moving forward, at the least, at the price point that we're selling them at. And I feel bad because they went and picked up business with this item. We've been supplying them and basically giving them hope that we can continue to do it. But once in a while, and it always happens, maybe once a year, we deal with this where it just doesn't make sense anymore. And we have to tell them we can't continue to supply you, which means they have to tell their customer that they can't continue to supply them. And it's just difficult. So in these moments, the one thing that guides me to make it a little bit easier is being honest and being clear and transparent to the customer. And I know it might sound easy, but when you're in these moments, sometimes you want to cover it up, maybe make it seem a little bit different than it is, like do anything to soften the blow. But the truth is that using the truth and being genuine and actually having empathy and sympathy and being a human in these moments is the best way to get through them. So it's a little reminder that I give myself, something that you can try out. If you're dealing with something difficult in business, especially with a customer, you never want to let them down. So I figured I'd share those thoughts with you. Right now, this is an absolute vibe. I'm sitting on the dock, right above the dock. Let me turn this around. I mean, I'm in a rocking chair. The sun is starting to go down a little bit, that late afternoon sun. Man, this is great. I wish all of you could be here with me. I hope that we all get to be in a place one day. I would love to do a meetup if I can build this audience and just have a group of people that want to experience great things in life and achieve big goals. That's my goal with this channel. So anyway, feeling blessed right now, feeling grateful, even in these moments that are tough.
Start the car like I know where to drive from. Couple girls that I still got my plus a fit that I still want to try on.